Planning a funeral or memorial service for a loved one is never easy, but did you know that now all of the decisions can be made while a person is still living?
Pre-planning can take all of the guesswork away from the loved ones, and here to explain is Family Service Manager Tim Lenz with the Dignity Memorial Providers of Memorial Oaks Funeral Home and Cemetery. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, as we said too, I mean, this is not an easy topic for a lot of people. Talking about this is very difficult, but to take the guesswork off and not to rely on the other ones to really make those final decisions, the pre-planning is a must.
It is, yeah. It really eliminates a lot of the tough decisions that families have to face last minute sometimes. And so if pre-planning is done, then it eliminates a lot of that guesswork left behind for families. And they're not wondering, did I do the right thing? And is this what my loved one wanted?
Totally. And if people are asking those questions like, oh my gosh, like what do we do? What would they have wanted? That leads to a lot of stress and anxiety. So we're all going to die at some point, right? I mean, let's just put it out there. This is something that we have to address sooner than later, or sooner or later, and doing it sooner prevents a lot of anxiety.
That's right, yeah. It's no matter if somebody wants to choose a traditional burial or a cremation, we believe that having a place in a cemetery is a benefit for the families as well.
And there are options for people if they're choosing cremation. It's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, oftentimes we see that urns are placed on shelves or in closets or passed down from generation to generation instead of being placed in a cemetery where loved ones can go and reflect and visit and go as often as they wish.
And let's talk about some of the different options that you're seeing now, because I know more and more people seem to be doing the cremation route. You can do an urn garden or put them in some sort of like part of the mausoleum?
Yeah, with cremation on the rise, it's important for families to realize that there's a lot of memorialization options out there. So we actually have cremation pedestals that can house single or multiple urns. We have cremation gardens. You can bury an urn in a cemetery plot. We have glass front niches as well, or a columbarium. You can even have a bench in place for a loved one.
And we also talked about the pre-planning, and the advantages really is that you're able to tailor this what you specifically want.
That's right. So we have an opportunity to discuss this in a relaxed, focused environment where people don't have to make a lot of last-minute decisions. And so with planning ahead, the advantages are that, one, your family knows exactly what your wishes are from the final disposition of cremation or traditional burial. And of course, memorialization options, whether the service is at one of our locations or an outside venue such as a park or a church. There's a lot of advantages as well, that you can even lock in the price. So you can freeze the cost in today's cost. That way your family is not burdened with the cost of inflation down the road.
Oh, that's cool. So if you go in today and you lock in a price, then down the road, whenever someone may pass, whether that's years from now or decades from now, they already have the plan in place.
That's right, yeah. So it's one of the highest inflated products and services in the United States. So being able to lock in that price at today's current price is a huge benefit for families. And you don't have to pay everything at once. You can actually spread that cost over many years for very affordable payments.
And the pre-planning truly, I mean, in an event that it is sudden, there's so much emotion going on. So that has been removed when you're able to take the time, have the conversation, and really figure out what it is that you want. Because in that emotional state, obviously things are heightened at that time.
Yeah, it's very emotional. It's, you know, we don't make other large purchases on one of the worst days of our life. We don't go buy a house or a car. And planning a funeral or purchasing a funeral or cremation, it should be no difference. So it takes away that high stress. It's more of a focused, casual, even can be fun environment, talking about your life and your passions and things you want to celebrate.
Yeah, truly a celebration.
Yeah, and speaking of celebrations, Tim, one of the things that Dignity Memorial is really known for are these personal touches. And so when the service happens and even after the service, like for example, this is something that we featured on the show either a year ago or a couple years ago, and this was the service for someone who really loved to ride motorcycles.
Yeah, we brought in somebody what we call a celebrant, and they're part journalist, part storyteller, and they met with the family and discovered his passion for riding a motorcycle. So they actually put the urn in a motorcycle and drove it through the main chapel of one of our locations. It was a beautiful remembrance ceremony for him.
And again, it is a celebration of life and celebration of the road that these people have traveled and basically their stories.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of different stories that people didn't know about, and telling these stories, people can learn more about the person's life, perhaps at the funeral, than what they knew when they were living.
You guys have a guide. It's a free guide that essentially helps families talk about this process, walks them through the process. You brought some today, but this is something that people can also download digitally?
That's correct. Yeah, this is our Imagine booklet, and so it does just that. It helps people imagine, envision all the possibilities that they can do besides just a traditional funeral, such as a motorcycle or maybe a kayaker who loves to go out into the river, placing that urn in a kayak. So it really paints that picture of all the possibilities, and also just creates ways that people can celebrate their life that maybe they never thought of, such as catering or unique keepsakes they can give to guests.
And again, looking at all of these options now and pre-planning, I think the important thing is here too is that we've already talked about it, but locking in the rate today.
Yeah, it's huge. That's one of the things that resonates most with people in our community is that they can lock in that rate. So of course there's the emotional side and there's the financial side as well. So it lifts that financial burden away from families.
Yeah, the financial burden, but also like that stress burden. Nobody wants to talk about death, but eventually we will all die, and we want to make sure that our loved ones are doing the right thing.
Yeah, and we walk them basically hand by hand. We know this is like learning a whole new language to some people, and so we put them in a conversation environment that's easy to talk about, and we walk them through the whole process from beginning to end. We encourage people to ask lots of questions. That way we can find a plan that fits best for them.
Yeah. Well, Tim, thank you so much for stopping by.
Sure.
Good to see you. Thanks for the info on the booklet as well. And if you would like more information or if you'd like to download that free Imagine booklet, you can visit dignityhouston.com.
We'll be right back.